Hi, thank you for being here, collective. This will be a collective reading for maybe whoever stumbles upon this video or watches it. Maybe this will be a reading. Let's go ahead and see. Maybe there's some zodiac signs that will pertain to more. Let's get them. What zodiac signs? We have Leo, so maybe you have Leo placements, Leo, anything to do with Leo. You could have Pisces placements as well, or be a Pisces. And who else will this reading apply to, if any last zodiac signs? We have Capricorn. Okay. So those will be maybe relevant here as well. We'll just leave them out actually. Maybe leadership or a job or career position is important, maybe like subconscious things as well. We do have new decks today, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a Kali Oracle to start. Most important vital message for the collective people watching this reading. What do they need to know? If you could give them a message. Oh, shoot. Oh, this is beautiful. I think we'll go ahead and read that. Let's see if it's relevant at all. Wow, these are extremely weird cards, are they not? No offense, amen. Bless. So let's go ahead and see. 15. Leave the scary for last, right? She is unrestrained, unlimited, wild, and unconditional love. The heart knows how to attract grace and manifest creative resolution where the mind sees only difficulties. A spiritual awakening of tremendous value is opening for you. As your inner being reorients itself around the increasing inner light, established structures built upon lesser foundations have to give way. She demands the courageous embrace of experience. She is your call to initiation and growth, your invitation to embrace your path and rise and greet your destiny. Mahavidya is the great wisdom that manifests through 10 wisdom goddesses. Mahavidya is a primordial Kali in multiple expressions, providing whatever is needed to serve the spiritual benefit of all. This is true wisdom, always shifting in response to what's needed. There are times when no matter how logical an approach may be, no matter how commonly acknowledged as correct or how sensible it may seem, the heart nudges us towards a different way. Knowledge can come from experience, yet it cannot guarantee evolution on its own. We can outgrow problems as birth superior outcomes only when we are willing to learn from our experiences and have the courage to be moved in new ways along untried paths that resonate with the heart. So a lot of things could be ending in your life. Through engaging the heart, knowledge can become wisdom. Wisdom is known by its effect. It elicits healing, transformation, and provides a path through any difficulty. You may feel bound to unwanted circumstances. The way to be freed from oppression or constriction you are feeling is through wisdom. However, there is a sacrifice required to obtain it, the surrendering of fixed opinions and judgments based on self-cherishing viewpoints. Self-cherishing is a term from the Buddhist tradition which holds wisdom in very high regard. So this could be about ego issues or like maybe an insecurity. A self-cherishing viewpoint sounds as though it's self-loving, but it's not. It is the viewpoint that reinforces ego. It generates fear, confusion, and anxiety. It does not really love the self and want the best for the soul. It just wants the universe to behave in predictable ways according to the whims and desires of the ego. It could be the true self. It could be the self-cherishing viewpoint reinforces the idea of being superior to others. Alternatively, it could be based on the idea that we are inferior and deserving of poor treatment. In action, the self-cherishing viewpoint is akin to a child who only wants to drink sugary drinks, perhaps because they remind her of the birthday party when she feels like a princess. She wants to always feel so special. When given a plate of broccoli and carrots and gasped a glass of water, the self-cherishing viewpoint of the child is thwarted. The universe is not behaving according to her view of things. The wisdom response to this is to disentangle the healthy desire to experience our innate worth from the circumstances. We can then realize that the unexpected veggies are a gift of love and well-being. There is no distress, only growth and learning. The self-cherishing viewpoint prevents us from accessing wisdom. Instead, it attempts to lock the universe into behaving according to our limited view, and when it does not, we feel anxiety, distress, or confusion. We interpret the plate of veggies to mean that we don't matter and that we have no value and that we can never get what we want and so forth. However, when we want lemonade and life hands us lemons, the wisdom within will prevent us from despairing and inspire us to be creative and maybe find a lemon press or even grow an orchard. If things don't appear to be working out, do not buy into the self-cherishing limitations that creates distress and confusion in your heart. There is an interpretation of what's happening that will bring you peace. You are not being punished or denied. You are being assisted. Although you may feel thwarted, that viewpoint shall be temporary. It will give way to the realization that you are deeply loved, cherished in an authentic, soul-honoring way, and you have nothing to fear. So let's go ahead and skip to 31 as well. We have Chamunda. Her unerring instinct for spiritual protection arises spontaneously even when we do not realize we need it. Sometimes we don't realize just how far we've become entangled in that which is not good for us. We do not realize we need Kali's powerful intervention. Knowing what to allow and what to fight for or against requires wisdom. Holding the space for an inner and outer conflict to be resolved involves discipline. Chamunda is the fearlessness, the wisdom, the patience, the discipline needed to conquer a difficult situation, and she is with you. Wild Black Chamunda is a ferocious warrior goddess, so you might want to wear more black as well to kind of channel this kind of darker side of your nature, which is really important to protect yourself. Most of the universe is dark matter. We need dark matter to manifest. She takes her name from Chanda and Munda, two great demons whom she defeated. Thus, her name is a symbol of gaining power. Her presence indicates that you shall not be overcome any obstacle, but gain complete mastery over the energies that gave rise to it. You shall never be troubled by it again. Swathed in blood-red light, representing her blood force and power, Chamunda has multiple arms, which indicate her divine activity. The skull and crescent moon resting atop the funeral pyre form her crown, symbolizing her status as a goddess of death and karmic retribution. Yet she is protective. Her 3 deeply socketed eyes are so intense they are said to burn away the evil in all worlds and dimensions. She provides protection from destructiveness, including gossip or other kinds of black magic, which, not unlike gossiping, uses intentions, words, and action to work against another's well-being. Chamunda is referred to as queen of her soul tribe, a group of ancient mother goddesses known as the Matrikas. She is the only one worshipped independently and the only one not connected to a masculine consort. She is independent, fierce, and unique, and a wild feminine power of Devi, the great divine goddess. She is an expression of Kali, referred to interchangeably with Kaliman, the Puransas, ancient Hindu texts that date back more than 2,000 years. The Matrikas express a consciousness that is potentially protective and destructive, depending on your actions. Okay. These beings are particularly upset by negative expressions of masculine energy. Whether expressed by male or female human, the masculine energy can be healthy or toxic. So maybe you were involved in something toxic or something to do with a very cold, detached, stoic person. When it is healthy, it is strong, creative, protective, and generative. When it is toxic, the exploitive, dominating, and damaging, seeking progress at any cost. This is profoundly disruptive, and rather than the positive, destructive power of Kalima, is the unchecked demonic destructiveness of greed. The Matrikas are fierce, and Chamunda in particular will retaliate against toxic masculinity, causing havoc in the lives of those who live by such values. So make sure that you are doing stuff from a morally good, abundant viewpoint, not from greed or fear or anything like that. Nothing that is kind of like a negative manifestation of capitalism or anything like that. Overworking yourself as well. So let's see, maybe even not, maybe fighting spirituality in general that would not be healthy or wise. Okay. Chamunda is worshipped as the ruler of the sacred erection. This is a symbolic of her power over masculine energy. When the feminine has been desecrated in any way, she does not hesitate to retaliate with fierce compassion, which, from a human perspective, may seem like chaos. Yet the phallus is also a symbol of her honoring the potential power and creativity of healthy masculine energy, facilitating its safe development in the human psyche. Despite her inherent drama and intensity, Chamunda is beloved by the heroic heart. She assists us when we need to find strength to overcome our psychological limitations and inertia to access, integrate, and sustain higher frequency states of being. Bringing about a permanent structural change in the psyche is hard work. It requires commitment. However, bullying ourselves into being different or applying more and more willpower only tends to create resistance, adverse reactions, and exhaustion. It is more a case of applying wisdom, finding the balance between persistence, determination, and compassionate rest and release so we can integrate and rebuild from within. For some personality types, taking a rest can require as much discipline as engaging in activity. Learning to move between the two as appropriate takes strength and wisdom, mastering the balance to nudge ourselves forward on our path and facilitate change, but not so much that we feel defeated even before we gain traction, is an advanced inner work. Chamunda has the power to accomplish it. Her presence in a reading is a portent of a truly exceptional breakthrough on your path, the healing of masculine energy, and a protection of the sacred feminine within your heart. Beautiful. So I think I'll get some quick tarot cards for the collective. Messages for the collective. Any messages you'd like to convey to the collective people watching? I like how we have Kamala. Oh, Kamala Devi. Wow. Like Kamala Harris. Beautiful, beautiful card. Maybe that's relevant here. We might look it up. There could be something about working hard or collaborating in some regard. Tell us more for the collective. Yeah, maybe you're working on your confidence or investing in growing your self-confidence. Maybe you didn't have confidence. Maybe you were being overpowered or controlled in your career or by somebody in the past, at least through subconscious fears. Maybe they were playing on your compassion. You could be learning to reject something which is actually giving you clarity or stepping out of denial, your ability to actually disengage emotionally. But let's see what this Kamala Devi is, 25. We witness her beauty, and all struggle melts into grace upon a grateful sigh. The heart softens into her protection and radiates peace. Her presence transforms frustration into inspiration, fatigue into replenishment, and overactivity into effortless attraction. She is the golden pathway of divine manifestation and peaceful contentment. She empowers your heart to listen with the same generosity, openness, and grace that you express when you give freely and joyfully. Abundant divine blessings are upon you. The 10th of the 10 Mahavidyas, the wisdom goddess, is the gracious goddess Kamala. Her wisdom reminds us not to make things more difficult for ourselves than they need to be. Sometimes the assumption of a burden is necessary for our growth. At other times, growth happens when we learn to cast the burden aside, understanding that we will be able to offer so much more when not carrying another on our backs, so to speak. Sometimes a more graceful path evokes greater spiritual progress, which ultimately benefits everyone. Kamala Devi holds the wealth generating life force, protecting qualities of preservation and cultivation. If we are used to always giving out, even if we receive a lot but consistently overshare or leak our energies, she teaches us the loving art of self valuing. This is not selfishness, but self care. When we care for ourselves, we show respect for who we are and what we have to offer. That respect is an energetic broadcast that repels lower level energies. It gives us firmness of mind to set boundaries wisely while attracting opportunities and pathways for expansion. When genuinely good and true things are strengthened and shared, every being gains spiritual benefit. Her presence in a reading speaks of divine harvest of success and beauty created and protected, of longevity and peace. Kamala is the tantric emanation of Lakshmi, awakening deeper spiritual understanding of the nature of material prosperity and spiritual alignment or enlightenment. Kamala provides many beautiful gifts in such a way that we learn to grow through the blessings. Tantra exists outside conventional religious practices and social mores. We cannot access true and sacred knowledge of oneself or the world when bound by the opinions of mass culture. We cannot find our authentic being within such constraints. Societal conditioning lacks the wisdom, generosity, freedom, respect, spaciousness, and insight to be able to bear the process of individual awakening. That can only happen outside of society's constructs. This is why enlightened mystics in every religious tradition have always come into conflict with traditional figureheads in their religion. The Divine Mother protects and the path to fulfillment, even when authority or bureaucracy try to stifle it. Be direct about your intentions and desires. Allow her to show you the graceful path through any difficulty by consulting with your heart and having the patience and willingness to see another way. Locking horns in direct conflict is not always going to lead you towards the outcome you wished. Kamala Devi brings us gifts of abundance on every level, and through the inner sense of spiritual security cultivated, a fearlessness of heart is born. She is a lotus flower, the signifier of wealth, and of such a nature that spiritual life is enhanced, not polluted. She is known as sattvic or peaceful and carries the energy of Mother Mary, Mother Magdalene, and the planetary sister to Earth, Venus. These beings manifest gentle yet effective, enlightened feminine activity for the spiritual benefit of all. This vibration is not common on our planet, yet its bearers can often recognize one another. They have a mutual love of beauty, respect for nature, and a deep, unwavering love of the divine. Also, Venus rules money, right? So it's the ability to attract abundance, to manifest it, to birth it kind of towards you. Beautiful energy here. So, making sure that you're giving to others, or maybe kind of honoring Venus in some way could be important. So let's see. They also have a life purpose of embodying higher frequency energies, and those commonly manifested in the human collective at this time. Kamala is often particularly healing for highly sensitive people who feel a natural energetic resonance with her delicacy and subtlety. Kamala is particularly active within the hearts of those who naturally feel. There is a universal truth that cannot be constrained by any single path or opinion. These are the freedom-loving souls that believe in live and let live, and yet devote themselves to whatever path they truly resonate with in the hopes that it can bring benefit to the collective. They do not wish to convert or control, but to share their knowledge and wisdom from the heart because they have found such comfort and grace in what they have learned. When you receive with such generosity, you want to share the wealth. Kamala is assigned to share what you know, to increase love and peace in the world without trying to force or dominate another to agree to your viewpoint. She asks for your unconditional trust so she can gently disentangle your soul from obstructing and lowering energies to help you to help you, what does that say? To help you rise above and shine your beautiful, peaceful light. Wow. Mata Kamala Devi, gentle and all-powerful divine queen, supreme feminine being without consort or constraint, goddess of the present moment, sacred mother of the fulfillment of innate divine purpose, you provide wealth to support the soul's awakening. After the fires of transformation and sacred exertions of will to conquer the obstacles, you are peace, assurance, comfort, and success. You are the divine harvest. You are the blessed final outcome, the divine fruition. I bow to you, Kamala Ma, and invoke your growing presence, influence, protection, and guidance in my life and in our world for the spiritual benefit of all. Jai Ma. Wow, beautiful energy. Okay. Okay. Definitely a way. Maybe you need to enjoy your life more as well. That could be very vital and important as well. Especially if you're feeling any kind of pain or constriction, it's really important to find joy in your life. Messages for the collective. A meeting with a stranger could be important. This could be someone from work or somebody who will work well with you in some way. They could help you to get out of a situation or work towards this, and that will lead you to honor and respect. Messages for a collective. Yeah, pay attention to your work. Collective, please. Messages for the collective, people and placements. Collective. Unsuccessful plans, okay, collective. Maybe you're trying to turn something more successfully in your job or career, and this could be maybe honor and respect will come for you being more assertive or having better boundaries or kind of growing your assertion. Maybe you need to talk to a therapist on how to tap more into your leadership. Especially if this is to do with emotions or emotional restriction, you have to love yourself so that you can be strong when you enter into the world in a leadership position or fashion. Someone could be trying to get between something that you would like. You could be having a compliments from an admirer. Maybe this person is jealous of that, but you will triumph over obstacles, especially if you see the bigger picture. Maybe you'll be playing a different role as well. For the collective, I think we'll just end it there. And good advice from a friend. Okay, let's get you more. Let's get a Starseed Oracle. This is also a new deck I have today. Messages for the collective. Wow. Surrender to the sweetness. Venus energy again. Pleasure, joy, and make love to life. Wow, I love that. Let's see. Surrender. Let's just find it. There it is. This could be a new financial beginning or like a gateway to a new financial beginning that starts with self-esteem, self-love, self-enjoyment, putting your pleasure and enjoyment first always. This is a sensual, highly feminine card. It's a call to surrender to the sweetness of life, to let the ever-abundant feminine take over, to taste the fruits you've been working so hard to grow, to let your senses take over and really drink in your life with wonder, to get intoxicated on the simple bounty that this planet has to offer and which you have within you when your well is full. The ancient Babylonians connected the feminine goddess Ishtar to the planet Venus, and in Roman mythology, Venus was the goddess of love and beauty. In our night sky, aside from the moon, Venus shines the brightest. Time is our most precious resource, and it's the greatest healer. If you've been all work and no play, this is a sign to take some time out, to reconnect with your lover, play with your children, and give yourself a luxury of a time without an agenda. Many of us are so busy building our lives that we forget to enjoy it. We forget why we decided to build it in the first place. Disconnection from the sweetness causes more pain than we realize. So many of us walk into soulless buildings 5 days a week in the name of survival. We strive to build the life of our dreams, but drive ourselves to exhaustion. This card is wooing you back to the pleasures of being human, to focus on what really matters and enjoying your incredible life. Beautiful. How can you surrender to the sweetness of life? What's one way you can enjoy your life a little more? This could be a mindset shift to bring more Venusian energy and attraction into your life, money as well, self-esteem, self-love. Yeah, and this could be changing also your home situation, I believe. But anyways, I hope you liked this reading. Please hit like, comment, share, subscribe, or hit the Buy Me a Coffee link if you want to leave a tip. Thank you. Take care.